Welcome to this episode of Movie Review. Today your hosts are Sarah Acosta and Lauren Ramsey. To start off, we will introduce to you the Finding Nemo cast.
First off, we have our main character, Nemo, played by Alexander Gold.
Next off, we have Ellen DeGeneres playing the beloved character of Dory.
Then, for Nemo's father, we have Marlin, who is played by Albert Brooks.
Playing the voice of Gil, we have William Dafoe.
Andrew Stanton, the original writer of Finding Nemo, plays Crush.
And now we have the dentist, played by Bill Hunter. Finding Nemo is adored by kids and approved by parents. It was made to be a family-friendly film, therefore made with values in mind that most people can agree on. This movie is innocent and is primarily based on parental love. This movie, however, is a tad bit too long for the attention span of little children. It runs over an hour and a half long, which is kind of long, especially for a young child. This movie, however, does have its positives. It is very encouraging.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep
swimming.
No. We all know the song.
What do? You swim! And it motivates us to work together.
The first example is where all the fish work together to pull Nemo out to safety.
The next working together scene coming up. The second example shows the necessity of working together. This movie, however, does no justice for dentistry, as you will see right now.
Barbara, what's my earliest appointment tomorrow? Leave it open, would you? I'm going to clean the...
Did you see that dentist wipe the algae on that little kid's cover thing? That's gross, guys. Dentistry seems very painful according to Finding Nemo. No wonder kids don't like it.
What do we got? Root canal, and by the looks of those x-rays, it's not going to be pretty.
According to Finding Nemo, it looks like dentists aren't very focused. Who knows what they can be doing to your mouth if they're not paying attention? We'll see.
What the? Well...
That looked like it hurt. Make your life colorful. Buy as many as you can.
Referring to worldviews in this movie, we found a couple, one of which is evolution, and we found a clip for that.
Watch this, guys. Your mind will be blown away.
Give it up, old man. You can't fight evolution. I was built for speed.
What was that? Did you hear that?
I also found an interesting line that one of the characters says,
Watch and learn.
All drains lead to the ocean, kid.
Wow.
Wow, that was an interesting quote. There's something about it though. I can't put my finger on it. Lauren, do you know what it is?
there is a quote that the Islamic people like to say, which says that all paths lead to heaven. And that is the same quote that Gil is using here.
Very interesting. Coincidence? I think not.
One of the other worldviews that I found in here was Christianity. I think it plays a huge part in this movie, and the love between Marlin and Nemo, it's kind of symbolic with Jesus' love for us.
Makes sense. I see your point. You know, another thing that we would like to point out in this movie is another biblical point that the Bible never says that loving other people is easy. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
and
very much.
I noticed here in Finding Nemo that Marlin has to love Dory, even though he's kind of like, I don't really like you. You're kind of weird. I don't really like you. You know, your memory, you're kind of lost. But, you know, he ends up getting along with her, ends up turning out for the best because she helps him find Nemo in the end. And if it wasn't for her, then he would have never really been reunited with her. Fatherly love is shown greatly in this movie where Marlin, he leaves everything he knows, everything he has, everything he's comfortable with, just to find his son, and it really shows that love that he has. And
The love.
Yeah.
There are no sexual scenes in this movie, but there are a couple of violent ones. Like at the very beginning when Coral, Nemo's mom, gets murdered by a barracuda fish. You know, it's kind of violent there. But then there's also the most violent scene.
Very violent.
When Bruce the shark brings Marlin and Dory to the party, where he goes through many barricades to try and eat them multiple times. And then there's our last violent scene when they're at the bottom of the ocean and they see the anglerfish, and he tries to eat Marlin a couple of times with his very, very sharp needle-like teeth. Yeah.
There are a few words in this movie that are kind of iffy that you might not find acceptable for a little child to hear, such as the word crikey, which is often used as a replacement for the exclamation of Christ. Some other words are darn, golly, gosh. Also, the phrase what the is left hanging 3 times. No bueno. There's also a alcohol and drug contact, which is really where the pelican is said having too much, like more than he can handle, while it was still early in the morning, which can be considered as consuming way too much alcohol. Not appropriate.
Would you look at that clock? Sun's barely up and already Gerald's had more than he can handle.
Yeah, reckon somebody ought to help the poor guy.
See you next time on Movie Review. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Finding Nemo Movie Review.